Morning. Welcome to the Schraders farm, where we try to teach people about agriculture and entertain them at the same time. We got a full day of work ahead of us. We're still getting ready for soybean harvest. So I gotta change concave in the combine, inspect belts and hydraulic lines, and move some wheat. We got that truck going right behind me. We're down to the point in the bin where we have to run the sweep. So I will show you what the sweep looks like in the bin. And this sweep auger starts right by the door here. And it slowly goes around the bin and draws the grain to the center. So if you ever wondered how we get grain off of a flat bottom bin floor, that sweep auger is how you do that. Sweep augers can be very dangerous, so you don't want to get near the flighting on it, or you can get wrapped up in it. Stay far behind it, and then just got to clean up the scraps that are left behind. Just about full. Done. All right, we could be combining beans as early as the end of next week. So we need to get the combine ready to go. Back when we were doing wheat, we bought a different concave for it because it's better for wheat. So now we got to put the round bar concave back in because the small wire concave isn't any good for corn and beans. So me and all my brilliance, I left this thing outside the other day and it rained in the night. Now we have water coming out of the grain sump, and this is right where we need to work. I guess we're gonna have to give that a few minutes to drip because I don't really want to get that nasty stuff on me. Next step is to take the black covers off, and then we'll be able to get into the concaves. I think I just have to take these two off. Oh, it's gonna drip for a long time. So there's the three sections, boom, boom, boom. So this section of the combine is where the rotor, inside that long tube, there's a big beater thing that goes around and around and around, and it has little stripper pieces on it. It makes the material spin around, and that's what the material rubbing on itself threshes the grain out. And then the grain can fall through the slats in the concave, and then it comes down into the shoe augers, and the shoe augers take it up to the pre-cleaner. From there it goes through the chaffer and sieve and gets cleaned out. We can go into more of that once we get this thing opened up. Essentially these three sections right here are what we're removing. It looks like we need a 15mm wrench and socket, and then we got to go to the other side and pull those panels off. Let's turn these lights off for now so we don't drain the battery. I don't have, oh, my knife might work. I don't have a screwdriver around me right now. Oh, I have a quarter. Boom. Where did I get this from? This bit right here. I'm mainly concerned about these two panels right here. Wow, that belt seems kind of funky. So this is the other side. I don't know how much of that you can see. Why am I staring off into space? Oh, because I'm thinking of my next steps. I gotta go get my toolbox. We are still dripping. Well, I got my toolbox, but I left it on my tailgate over there so that it's out of the way. So, got my 15mm. I'm just gonna pull all those bolts out, and then those pins have got to come out on those little eyelets. I believe that's it for this side. I just realized how many of those little bolts there are, but I'm gonna be getting dripped on for a long time. I'm gonna be patient, and I'm just gonna let it drip for a little bit. While we're waiting for that, we've had a lot of requests for people to have us show you guys what is inside of a combine. We're just gonna go right from the front to the back of the combine and show you how it does it. So this is the feeder house. All it is a drum and a chain that brings all the material in. So, and this is where the head hooks on. You can either have a corn head or a grain head. Grain heads have cutter bars. Corn heads have stripping rolls that actually strip the ear from the stalk so you don't have all that material going through. It brings it up in, and then up in here there's what's called an accelerator, and I don't know if we can actually get into see that. The accelerator's in here, and it speeds up the material. And all it is a horizontal beater that spins really fast. Flings it up in there, then starts the actual threshing process. Inside this concave, there's a big rotor that spins around. It brings the material across this concave. The action of moving across the concave and the material rubbing against itself makes the grain thresh out. So the grain will fall through the slots in the concave. The concave that's in right now is called the small wire concave because it has small wires in there that suspend the material so that the rotor can roll it around. Once the grain comes out of the concave, it goes onto these shoe augers. This here is called the pre-cleaner. It's this short section of slats that keep the long material up out of the small material. So the small material, which would be the grain, would go through it. Long material would stay on top and go over and back to the chaffer, which is back here. That piece right there is the pre-cleaner. That's what we were just talking about. Those four things are the shoe augers. So the shoe augers bring the grain and various other material on top of the pre-cleaner. If it's small, it goes through the pre-cleaner, and then it actually hits that pan underneath it and will come to the back side of the chaffer. Everything that goes onto the pre-cleaner is still going onto the chaffer, but if it's larger, it comes to the back of the chaffer, so it has less time to shake out or to fall through potentially. Then if it goes through, it comes to the front of the chaffer, so it has a longer time to shake out. So basically the grain has more of a chance to fall through than the large material, and the large material will come out the back here. Underneath the chaffer, there's another piece of equipment just like it called the sieve, and it's very dark. I don't know if we can see it. Essentially, it's the same thing as this, only you can shut it down a lot smaller, so it's like a second cleaning system where if a piece of stock like this big or hulls or something gets through the chaffer, the sieve will clean basically if it goes over the chaffer, it comes out the back. And if it goes over the sieve, then it goes into an auger down here. It's called the tailings auger, and it brings it to this elevator right here. And this elevator goes all the way up back into there, which is right above the concave. So if it's semi-clean grain but not really, or if it's like chaffy material, it'll go back into the threshing system and hopefully fall through that and get cleaned out the proper way. And if it falls through the front side of the chaffer where I was showing you, it goes down into this auger. If it falls down the chaffer and the sieve, it goes into this clean grain auger, which then goes this elevator right here. Boom. Elevator brings it up into the bin. That's the clean, good grain. When we go to combine, we're gonna put this is the straw chopper. It's just a big flail chopper. Flails on it. Just spin around really fast. This goes down, and it will shoot out that thing. It blows the material out nice and even so that it can break down easy. So that's the basic explanation of how a combine works. I don't know if that was any good. If it's not, I'll just do it outside sometime. Really, it's kind of a simple machine. It's kind of amazing that it can take a plant like that and separate it out in a matter of seconds. Any questions? Drop them in the comments. I don't think we'll melt now because it kind of pretty much stopped dripping. I also went and got this baby. Oh, the battery's dead. Guess we'll have to go get a new battery, or we can just tough it out like men. I don't know how my brother does this all day, every day. Oh, great. Here's the bolt. All right, now I need a 10 millimeter to get this bolt off, so I can get this floppy panel off and get to that last nut. Oh, of course I don't have a 10. This 10 and this 10. Maybe I have one 1/4 inch drive. Yes. Yes, I do. Found it. Okay, we're home free on this side. All the nuts are off. I got this plate off. These eyelets are undone. Now we have to go to the other side and get little wedges that hold the other side in, and they're just held on by spring clips. Pulling them out is easier said than done because they weigh like 100 pounds a piece. Sometimes you just gotta be a man. People wear gloves. Come on, baby. Wow. Ready, set, go. All right, well, we got all 3 pieces out. I only made a little black and blue mark on my finger. So now we got to get those pieces right there that are on those bales, put those back in. Normally we have 2 people here to do that because it's helpful to have somebody on the other side pulling them through. So I'm going to try to do it myself and see how it goes. I think, though, that it's going to end up not working so well. Okay, so remember when I told you earlier how there was something inside those that goes like this? And it has little stripper pieces on it. Well, that's what this is. This is the rotor, and it spins, and these little knobbies, the material goes through them like this, and it strips the grain off and whatnot. That's the rotor. You guys have seen what a rotor inside of a combine looks like. I'll just hold it here for a second so you can admire it. Alright, so we gotta go get the holder piece, I think, in that one right now. Well, no, I guess that won't really keep it from sliding. Oh, and it's not all the way tight. There. Alright, that one's good. Sounds like we gotta go load some more wheat. Dad's back. We're gonna go get the last load out of the bin and then come back and finish this up. I want to get this combine project done, so we're gonna go work on the combine. Stay there.
Did you take the covers off the bottom of the bin over there?
Yeah. Trust me, I've been getting dripped on. Booyah.
Boom, baby. That was easy.
Well, I did smash my finger a couple times.
Oh, this is the pain in the butt part.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest trying to do one section at a time to see if it would eliminate this problem. Last time we put the pins in and then picked these up to the holes, right?
That makes sense to do it that way.
That stinks.
The red truck. The red truck reeks.
Why?
Take a whiff inside it.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll try. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at
that. Done. Oh wait, we gotta tighten these nuts.
Yeah, you better tighten them up. Can you imagine that? If those concaves drop down on them augers.
Oh. I saw that when it drilled the thing. Chinese water torture. That project is complete. Now we gotta put this straw chopper down. So this is a pretty painstakingly laborious process. You'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. Woo! That was a lot of work. All right, now I gotta get the belt back on. I always forget how this goes. That's how it's done right there.